Hold up by the chin. Britons give credence to Boris while sneering EU frightened out of UK's wits. Boris Johnson's threat of invoking Article 16 is starting to hit home among EU member states, according to GB News Northern Ireland reporter Doug Beattie. He explained that the Irish economy could lose the most out of all those involved if the Northern Ireland Protocol is not resolved. This comes amid mounting concern about an imminent Brexit trade war between the EU and the UK over the protocol. Mr. Beattie explained the two reasons why the EU is hesitant about getting into a trade war with Britain. He told GB News last night, the EU doesn't want to get into a trade war with Britain, and Britain doesn't want to get into a trade war with the EU. Stormont faces an election in the next 6 months here, and there are concerns in Europe. The EU will not want an anti-protocol majority, so they are softening slightly. Boris Johnson has been backed by Britons as the Prime Minister faces protests over Brexit. The government has been edging ever closer to the triggering of Article 16 in the Brexit agreement. But the Prime Minister is facing backlash from the unionist community. Border Communities Against Brexit, BCAD, a group in support of the Northern Ireland Protocol, will protest in 5 locations on the border between Northern Ireland and the Republic. Chairman Damien McGinnity said, Boris Johnson's government has been pursuing a reckless course in negotiations with the EU around the protocol, including threats to trigger Article 16. Recent British government statements and actions are posing a very direct threat to the peace process, the all-Ireland economy, and raising once again the horrific prospect of a return to a hard border in Ireland. We are calling on Boris Johnson to back off, and to protect and implement the protocol. But Britons jumped to the defence of the Prime Minister with the protests on the horizon. Secca One said, UK food standards and goods safety standards are equivalent or superior to the EU's, so all these checks are superfluous. Yet on this altar the EU will drive away Treasure Island, their most lucrative customer. Stop, who expressed their concerns about the initial deal made with the EU. They wrote, bin the deal and tell the EU to get their boats off our fishing grounds. They can also sort out their mess in Ireland. No more money, they can forget that too. Let's see how the EU reacts after losing access to Europe's largest market and one of its richest fishing grounds, as well as an important financial contributor. This should have been done at the start. Instead, due to Remain interference, the UK has been signed up to a EU deal which ensures that the UK remains attached to the EU and subject to EU rules with arbitration by an EU court. That is not leave. Minotaurus wrote, ooh, the EU really are terrified of Article 16. The UK Gov has voiced concerns, tried to negotiate change from an unworkable treaty on the ground in practice, but has received zilch in real terms. The question is, how far will the EU push and press for their own ideology in survival? GB News Northern Ireland reporter, the second problem for the EU here is if trade war starts, Germany will lose out in it. Their second biggest trading partner in the world is Britain. Britain will lose out in it, but the economy that will lose the most out of it is the Republic of Ireland. It depends on £65 billion of trade going both ways in between Britain and itself every year. On the same day, the EU's chief Brexit negotiator Maros Sefcovic met with his British counterpart Lord David Frost in London. Mr. Sefcovic said he was hopeful the two sides could make progress next week. However, Lord Frost said there were still significant gaps to be bridged between the bloc and the UK, and that talks would be intensified. In a statement, a UK government spokesperson said the preference remained to find a consensual way forward, but that Article 16 was a legitimate safeguard. The European Commission is set to circulate a paper to European capitals next week setting out the options available if the UK triggers Article 16. If the UK